Hello everybody, this is Chocolate 1000 and Pony for Duty. Welcome back to more Mario and Luigi, Partners in Time. Last time, we entered the Film Factory and got caught into a boss battle against the elite Hammer Bros, except they were not elite, they were just, well, mind-controlled. But this episode, being separated from Mario and Luigi, it is up to us to try and find them, and we can tell that this room is pretty much important, right? Unfortunately, we can't enter it just yet, so we're gonna have to go around the long way. And that long way includes pressing this two-person panel button and use our newly collected hammers to learn about the hammer techniques to get to where the bros are. Oh. There's if Baby Mario does not get constantly hammering the floor. And these X-Bots, we can now interact with these. Just sit underneath them and there you go, you get yourself a bean. There are a ton of beans that we have yet to actually grab, which I will be grabbing off camera. So just give a heads up towards that, because I will actually be doing that the very second that we go back together with the bros. Okay, so we've got 3 mushrooms in that item box. Now, some of you probably might have already noticed about the whole story plot with Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, of how drastically dark it is, based on the fact that it's an alien invasion. And everybody is like trying to run away from the aliens in order to hope for survival. It's like, imagine the film Men in Black. Have any of you guys actually seen that film? I've seen bits of it, but not completely all of it. But yeah, you kind of get the whole well, it's hard to describe really, but you kind of understand where I'm coming from. The fact that I haven't fully seen all of the film, but I have seen some of it. Right, so inside this air duct, we got a new enemy over there, and that's actually a part of a tutorial, to say the least. You can actually burrow. Oh. Okay. Hey! Check it out! Now we'll teach you to fight with hammers like we do. Choose the hammer. Now, when your hammer shakes, press the X button. Tell the little green tot to press the Y button. Choose the hammer. Now, when you have a chase, press the Y button. And in case you're wondering, he says, let me teach you how to counter an attack with your hammer, but he doesn't actually stop time when you do this. When your enemy comes at you, press and hold the X button and then let go. He will do it for Baby Mario, but he won't do it for Baby Luigi. See? You got it all. You got it all what? Just wait for the shake and make him quake. Your counter is holding the button and releasing. Don't forget to practice. Alright. So, these enemies are known to be spiny shroopers. There was actually known to be a little trivia knowledge with the spiny shroopers. Is that they were known to be a bros attack in Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, but the idea of that completely got scrapped because I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. So anyway, this is what I actually mean. You can burrow in the ground to actually avoid enemies, or if you fancy, completely and utterly miss them. Yeah, you can actually pop out of the ground from underneath the enemy and unleash Armageddon. by hammering them on the head. Because there's a common known thing that we actually didn't really do with most enemies, is that you can actually first strike them. You can first strike them by jumping on enemies or by whacking them with a hammer, except with Baby Mario's arm reach being relatively short, it's not that easy to do unless you burrow in the ground, pop out of the ground underneath the enemy, stun them, if I can do it. Yeah, there we go. And do that. Because that will potentially give a chance of inflicting a rare condition on the enemies known as dizzy. When the enemy is dizzy, they will not be able to do anything. And go figure, we're going to be using the green shell right here. The whole thing about that hammer advanced technique is that the enemy doesn't actually take damage on the hammer first strike. It just has a chance of inflicting stun or dizzy. Whatever it is you like to call it. There are other status conditions in these battles that you could take note on, but we haven't yet come across them. But one we can come across with the Spiny Troopers. We haven't actually seen it because obviously I can be decently good at this game, is that they have a chance of inflicting poison. When an enemy or yourself, well, when yourself specifically is poisoned, you will actually take damage at the end of yours and the enemy's turn. I will try and show it as a demonstration. Oh, it actually inflicted dizzy in the middle of a battle. But wait, it is a random chance. Wow, dizzy on both enemies. Jeez. Oh, and they're both going to stay dizzy. Okay, he's not. And he's not. Okay, got hit again. So yeah, when they do that attack, they do have a chance of doing a fake out attack where you think they're going to go back to base, but then they might do a second attack. They can actually do that. Hi. Inflicted dizzy once again. Nice. I like the sound of that. But yeah, when you have a bro with a status condition, the only way you can actually get rid of it is by using an item known as the refreshing herb, which I think we have actually picked up. A couple, have we? Sorry to disturb you at this time, but I must teach you to count beans. Please press A. And please press right on the D-pad or the R button if you follow. Look here to see how many beans the juveniles have dug out of the ground. That is all I have to point out. Back to adventure. Yeah, here we go. Refreshing herbs, there they are. They cure status effects of the following of dizzy, poison, and one other condition that is actually very rare for the bros to be inflicted with, which is known to be burn. You can inflict it to the opposing enemies, but it's very, very rare of it to happen to you. So just give a heads up on that. So in this area, 10 coins, unarmed jeans again, and 2 refreshing herbs. Oh wow, go figure. Actually, I did say that we were not going to equip the unarmed jeans, and I'm going to stick by that. And there are the bros. Oh, I love that clip. Whoa! Hey! Nice, you found your buds. Yeah, Buzz helping Buzz makes the world go round. Okay. We're gonna teach you how to use the hammer when piggybacked, okay? Choose the hammer. Now, when your hammer shakes, press the A button. That raises your tot. And when he shakes, press X. So in other words, you're treating your baby self as a hammer handle. And yeah, it's going to do the baby one as well. So as you can see, you're basically selecting the icon with B for Luigi. And then to confirm which enemy to attack, you've got to press the Y button for baby Luigi. So same thing again, press B. And then Y. And again, he did not stop. Go there. Yeah. Okay. The hammer attack can be relatively easy to muster. Whoop! Unless you're doing that. There we go. Up, swung too early. Oh, you can also make Baby Mario select the icon. I didn't know that. Okay, that's one Spiny Trooper down. And there's the other one. And there's that beloved level that Mario deserved to get in the previous fight against the Elite Hammer Bros. Yeah, we'll do POW. +5! Yeah! And now you, Luigi. Let's have a look at speed. No. No. Okay. +5 on you! So now that we've been reunited, gonna hammer that switch, and we can proceed further onwards. Whoop. And we got a force switch over here that we can press to make the bros go through. And we've got a new enemy. I'm going to purposely run into him to actually announce that he is the Dr. Shroob. The Dr. Shroob, I'm actually immediately going to do this. We're going to hit flee and then immediately cancel. He has a chance of doing that laser attack and then inflicting a mushroom. The mushroom determines on what he's going to do for his next attack. When it's the red, get rid of it. Trust me, because you do not want him to eat that red mushroom. You really, really don't. Oh my god, can you stop inflicting that red mushroom? Okay, so you can see when he does that twirl, he'll go for Luigi, but other than that, he'll go for Mario if he just does a little ding with his right hand. So Luigi, Mario, there we go! That's the other mushroom. He'll eat the mushroom, and he'll shrink down, and then you can counterattack him in a relatively easy manner. But the red one is exactly the opposite of what you just saw in that fight. He'll make himself big, and he'll be relatively hard to counterattack because he will hit you with heavy damage. So just give a heads up. If you see him do that attack, be warned. And wow, we actually finally got cannonballers. And we've got two Spiny Troopers here, and there's another new enemy. We're just going to wait for him to drop down. Oh, and just a heads up, if you actually do run away from a fight, just note that the enemy that you've ran from will be invincible, but not you. So, this enemy is none other than a Lakitu-UFO. Yeah, very interesting. Right, we're going to purposely get rid of these spiny shroopers. Okay, so that's one of the attacks that Lakitu-UFO can do. He will have a chance of summoning a spiny shroopy. Oh, sorry, shrooper, sorry. Why am I saying shroopy? But whatever. You'll have a chance of summoning one of those enemies, or... oh, God. Doing that attack. And the only thing is, that attack is actually very hard to counterattack. It honestly is. Oh, and just a heads up. If either Mario or Luigi gets KO'd, the babies that are being piggybacked on them will be dragging them off screen, and then you'll be forced to fight the enemy as the baby alone. So just give a heads up towards that. Just be extra careful if you see one of the bros about to be knocked out, because you do not want them to be knocked out. There's a bean spot over there. Oh, Luigi got back attacked. Yeah, that's relatively bad. Sorry, Luigi. Okay, we basically showed all your attacks, so we can just easily kill you. Oh, mushroom drop. Oh yeah, that's a 15% chance of the Dr. Shrooms to drop. They do also have a 20% chance of dropping the Bro Flower, so just give a heads up towards that. There's another bean spot over here. And I say we're going to ignore those spiny shroopers. And there's another bean spot right over here. And we see we got a little pipe over here. But we're going to be saving that for in the next episode, guys. So next time on Mario and Luigi, Partners in Time, we'll be going through this pipe to see... Luigi stealing the spotlight. No, we are going to go inside this pipe to see where it leads us. And yes, I will be grabbing the beans off camera at this point right now. See you guys then.